What is going on, guys? So I finally reached 100 Nintendo 64 games. I have them all in this backpack because I thought it'd be cool if I had to show off all 100. Just kind of why not? And it's a completely random order, it's not alphabetized. And then I'll just share any experiences I've had with them. I'm just going to randomly grab them. Mario Party 3. This is a great game. The first game to introduce Waluigi into the franchise. Nothing beats the first one, though, in my opinion. GoldenEye 007. I've actually never really gotten into this one. The multiplayer, I could not... Me and my friend, we could not get used to the control for whatever reason, but I'm sure it is really decent. We just haven't really tried it out too much. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I'm not very good at Tony Hawk games, but for those that are, this is a great Tony Hawk game. NHL 99. I'm pretty sure this one really sucked. Pilot Wings 64. I did a frustration series on this game. You know how this one's like. Oh yeah, there's like a creepy girl in there. Controls are pretty terrible for the most part, you know. Tetrisphere. Alright, this game just flat out sucks because they're trying to change how Tetris works. You don't change a game like Tetris. It's trying to make Mario like World of Warcraft or something. It's not gonna work. Toy Story 2. This game was pretty fun until I got stuck within the first 5 minutes. Star Wars Shadow of the Empire. Now my friend said he got pretty far in this game, but he got stuck around like stage 5 or 6. So I'm assuming it's a pretty decent game, but I haven't really played it. Ms. Pac-Man Maze Madness. This is a very underrated gem. Anyone that has an N64, highly recommend getting this product. I mean, the single player is excellent. Me and my friend, we were playing through it. We did get stuck, but I'm sure we are going to try to complete it eventually. I mean, we just have so many games to complete. The multiplayer is absolutely addicting. There's only 3 modes, but oh my god, they are some of the best multiplayer modes I've ever played on any system ever. I mean, honestly, this compares to Mario Party when it comes to good multiplayer games. The new Tetris. It's just your standard old Tetris. It's pretty decent. It's a little slow compared to, say, the computer version or the PS3 version or whatever, but it's still a good variation of it. NFL Quarterback Club 99. It's football. Mario Party 2. This seems to be everyone's favorite Mario Party. This is not personally my favorite, but it is a very decent one indeed. War Gods. I just recently played this one. It's like a fighting game, and it's actually pretty fun, but it's nothing like, you know, Mortal Kombat or whatever, but it is pretty decent. South Park. Aside from Superman, this is the worst N64 game I've ever played. It's this weird first-person shooter game. You're going around South Park, and I don't even know what was going on. This game didn't even work the first time we tried it. We had to put it in the slot like 300 times. We put a little bit of Windex on the Q-tip, put it inside the cartridge, try to get it to work, and it still didn't work. I don't even know how we got it to work that one time, but we're never going to play it again. NBA Jam 99. It's basketball. Knockout Kings 2000. Pretty much just a wrestling game. Dr. Mario 64. A very fun game, but a very difficult one. It's nice to play something else aside from Tetris when you want to play something like that. Definitely have to have it if you have an N64. NFL Quarterback Club 98. It's frickin' football, that's all I gotta say. Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. I think this is one of the decent baseball games. There were a couple that were really fun. I don't remember which one it was. It might have been this one. Rayman 2, The Great Escape. Now, me and my friend have not gotten very far getting through this campaign, but we really want to. This game does look really fun to play. I've heard it is excellent. The controls were really tight and whatnot. We just don't have the time to do it, but maybe we will one day. Pokemon Stadium 2. Again, if you're a big Pokemon fan, absolutely must have this game. If not, at least have the first Pokemon Stadium. Very fun. Enjoy it very much. The minigames aren't as good as the first Pokemon Stadium, but still a good game. Hey you, Pikachu! Oh wait. Must have the microphone attachment too. I didn't even know. Like, I used to have this game when I was a kid, but I had the attached microphone, but there's actually like this little, tiny little microphone thing that you can plug into your N64 as well, and I didn't even know that existed for this game until my friend got it for my birthday. Gotta say, I mean, it was cool to have this game. It was $20 for this game, and this game sucks so bad. Donkey Kong 64. If you have an expansion pack on your N64, absolutely must have this game. Extremely fun. The rap at the beginning is weird, but it's cool. Milo's Astro Lanes, quite possibly the worst bowling game I've ever played. The only thing that's unique about this game is the fact that it's in space, which is not a unique concept, considering space was in every Atari 2600 game or whatever. The controls suck from what I remember, and I'm never playing it again. NBA In the Zone 98. Again, just another basketball game. Mario Golf. This is a pretty fun golf game if you're into golf, which personally I'm not, but if you are, you definitely like this. Mario Kart 64. I've done a frustration series on this, probably the best Mario Kart of them all, simply because the multiplayer modes are just ridiculously, unbeatably addicting, even though they didn't make sense. Just the best, absolutely must have if you have an N64. Mario Tennis. Again, if you love tennis, you must have Mario Tennis. It's an excellent Mario Tennis game. Chopper Attack. As the title says, you're pretty much a helicopter shooting stuff, and I think it really sucked. This was a 5-day rental from some store, and the other guy that's collecting this, he's actually got a few games that he rented from a store, including this one, where he never gave them back, but we've decided to just leave the stickers on there because we think it's kind of funny. Hexen. Alright, this game was kind of like, it's kind of like Doom for some reason. It's really unique, but it's really difficult. We tried for at least an hour and a half to get far, and we got to like the second stage, but it just gets really difficult. But I thought it was really cool, and it was really expensive from what I remember. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. If you never played this, you didn't own an N64. You most likely didn't own one. Acclaimed the best Zelda game of all time. I'm not good at Zelda games. The other guy that collects it, he's not good at Zelda games. We haven't gotten very far. We actually recently just tried to get farther, and we got to like somewhere else. I don't know where it was, but definitely have it if you're good at Zelda games, I guess. Wwf Attitude. Another bad wrestling game. There is not a single good wrestling game. I have pretty much all the wrestling games on the N64, and all of them suck. Griffey Jr Slugfest. I think this is actually a really decent baseball game. Honestly, I don't remember. Wipeout 64 is some racing game. It's actually kind of fast-paced, kind of like F-Zero, but not as good as F-Zero. And this was game 100 that I bought, Star Wars Episode 1 Battle for Naboo. It's honestly really generic. You're just shooting the same stuff in different environments. We got to like the third or fourth stage, and it gets really boring, honestly. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Same thing as the second one, pretty much. Wet Tricks. And I just noticed someone taped the rest of this Wet Tricks label on here. That's incredibly cheap. I think this is a puzzle game from what I remember, and it sucked really bad. Wwf Warzone. Another bad zombies. Wow, another bad zombies. Another bad wrestling game. I play way too much zombies. Triple Play 2000. This was another cartridge we had a really hard time getting to work, but once we did, it was only a very mediocre baseball game. Wheel of Fortune. It's Wheel of Fortune. That's it. Virtual Chess 64. Quite possibly the weirdest, worst chess game I've ever played. Honestly, if you want to play freaking chess, don't make it a video game. Sell us the actual chess board game, which I have up there somewhere. I actually have two of them. Yeah, this game, it sucks. It sucks. Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. Quite possibly the easiest Kirby game of all time. You can play the whole thing in literally an hour without hardly any skill. It takes almost no time to get used to the controls. Kirby is so overpowered in this game, but the multiplayer is amazing on this game, I must say that. Jeremy McGrath, Supercross 2000, some dirt bike racing game, I guess. I don't think I liked it very much. It seemed kind of hard. I don't remember. F-Zero X. I thought this was a great game. Now, personally, my friend didn't really like it because, you know, he really likes the Mario Kart more, but this was really fun. I enjoyed it. Very different, having 30 racers on the field. That's insane. And not to mention, they have their own variation of Rainbow Road. That is just awesome. Waylale Country Club True Golf Classics. I think we played this game for like 2 minutes. It was some really bad golf game. Virtual Pool 64. Again, invest and get a pool table. Don't buy it on a video game. Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers. Now this one would have been okay, but the camera just kills you. It's the weirdest camera I have ever seen in a video game. Like, you can walk straight, and then all of a sudden, the camera will turn you into a completely bizarre angle, and when you are walking straight, all of a sudden, you're walking to the left when your control stick's still aiming straight. The camera is so bad in this game that it's almost unplayable. Scars. This is a racing game. Not much to it. I think, from what I remember, it was a pretty unique racing game. Dark Rift. This is another fighting game trying to copy Mortal Kombat. Did an okay job, but did not top them still. Diddy Kong Racing. I've done top 10 videos and a frustration series on this game. Must have this game if you have an N64, absolutely. If you want to try something else better than Mario Kart 64, this is what you get, right here. Very unique. Love this game. WrestleMania 2000, another bad wrestling game. Superman 64, did a frustration series on this, never playing this game again. Oh, this is the glitchiest game I've ever played in my life. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, just a racing game with Star Wars characters and that's about it. Penny Racers, the worst racing game I've ever played in my life. Don't get it. This game's not even worth a penny. See, this is one of those 5-day rental games that I said before. This game, it really is not even worth a freaking penny. It is so bad. WCW versus Nwo World Tour, another bad wrestling game. Cruisin' World, a pretty decent racing game. I actually didn't mind it. There's just not much to it, personally. I mean, you just race the tracks and that's it, pretty much. Banjo-Tooie. So if you like Donkey Kong 64, definitely get Banjo-Tooie. I'm pretty sure this is a rare game, but I was lucky enough to get it for 20 bucks. Really, so that's why I really got it, because I'm pretty sure this is really rare and that was a really decent price for this. Madden NFL 2001, again, another football game. Perfect Dark. Now, this game was kind of like a James Bond type game where you just like going around completing missions and whatnot, shoot bad guys. It's actually really difficult, and it's kind of unique, and it's very confusing, to be honest, but it's not so bad. Kobe Bryant and NBA Courtside, another basketball game. Yay! Hardcore Ecw Revolution, another freaking wrestling game. How many more of these do I have? Oh my god. Fighters Destiny, another fighting game. This one's actually really fun. I did enjoy this one quite a bit. South Park Chef Loves Shack. It's a South Park game where you answer trivia questions. Actually, kinda okay. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but, you know, it's okay. Gauntlet Legends. Man, this game was freaking expensive. It was 30 bucks, and well worthy of 30 bucks. It's this cool little strategy game. It's one of the first strategy games that I honestly ever really tried to get into, and it is really fun. It's just incredibly difficult, and I would need to look up how to get farther in this game, because I would gladly try to beat this whole thing. All-Star Baseball 99, another baseball. Yada yada yada, yippity yabbity woo. NASCAR 2000. Rugrats in Paris, the movie. I've only played this game once, like 3 years ago. I don't remember anything about it. I'm pretty sure it sucked. 1080 Snowboarding. Now, if I had gotten used to the controls, I would have said this is a decent game, but since I'm not used to the controls, I can't really say anything about it. But I know, from what I've heard, this is a great snowboarding game, and probably the only one you should get for the N64. Tarak Dinosaur Hunter. You're hunting dinosaurs. The controls are extremely awkward if you're used to games like Call of Duty. Honestly, this game, I don't like this game at all. Excitebike 64. It's a great dirt bike racing game. I had a lot of trouble with getting it to start, unfortunately. But this was a pretty fun game. Armorines Project Swarm. Again, this is kind of like Perfect Dark. It's just, you're going around shooting. You shoot these weird robot things, and you're just like completing missions, and it's kind of the same thing over and over. It gets a little repetitive and whatnot. Pokemon Stadium. Must have if you're a Pokemon fan and you have an N64. Great game. You can plug in your own Game Boy Color with a little transfer. With this thing, party games are amazing on this cartridge. Super Smash Bros. Again, another must-have if you have an N64. Out of all 296 N64 games, you gotta have at least 20 of them. This is one of those games. Yoshi's Story. I could never get far in this game, and I've heard it's one of the easiest Yoshi games of all time, but for some reason I'm having trouble with it. Because it's like, once you lose all of your Yoshis, you go all the way back to the beginning. That's freaking bullcrap. South Park Rally, a South Park racing game. Alright, now I'm done talking about all 3 South Park games on the system. They suck. Mario Party. Personally, my favorite Mario Party. The best because it's got chance time. Now, I know Mario Party 2 and I think Mario Party 3 has chance time, but this one has lots of chance times, and that's what makes Mario Party fun. You think you're gonna win, you got 6 stars, you're on turn 49 out of 50, you land on chance time, and you end up giving away all of your stars to someone in last place. Jeopardy! Man, Alex Trebek looks really young in that picture. That's amazing. NBA Hang Time! More basketball! Yay!